Hello everyone and welcome back to another video. I know your exams are very close and you have to give your 100% from now on. So just to help you guys, how did I perform? How did I give my FR paper and scored 70 in that exam? I am going to show my RTI paper and I have analyzed it very well from the suggested answers and what was the question and how you should present your answer in the exam. I will explain you that as well. So watch the video till the end and you will learn a lot in this video. So let's start with the video without wasting further much time. So as you can see on the screen, this is my FR paper and basic details that you should fill. So just write it's CA final, financial reporting. This you might know, but do not get panic. Take 5 minutes of your time because this is your first paper and you will be stressed out and you want to perfect everything, but just do not make any mistake in this part. Okay, now coming to the second page, it is not a big thing. So in my FR paper I did not attempt the question 5th, the revenue part paper, the revenue question, because I actually did not understand that question. So now let's start with the, let's wait a second. Yeah, so let's start with the question. So this is question number 2A. Okay, you can watch the question paper. I will just show you. I will not explain what was there, but if you see the question paper you will understand. So this is question number 2A. So this is question number 2A. It is a module question only. So I gave my answer. It is related to, I think so, yeah, financial reporting chapter. Yeah, financial reporting chapter. And as you can see, I received 3.5 marks. Yeah, I will just show you. Yeah, so I received 3.5 marks out of 10 marks. So what was my mistake? I will let you know. Let's just come back to the page. Yeah. So the question is a similar question from the book as well. First thing, I will have written everything. In this question, it is asked, you are required to give the accounting treatment and journal entries under option 2 only. So what I did, I gave the journal entries in option 1 as well, right? So they did not give me any marks. They just gave me the marks for the explanation. And so I have written here, I have written every learnings that I received from this paper, so that in your exam also you follow the same. So if the question asks you only accounting treatment, so just write the theory. Okay, do not write journal entries because there will be no marks. So that is why I wrote journal entries and there were no marks were allotted. Okay. Secondly, here as you can see, second learning from this question is that here as you can see the liability part I have calculated and I have taken 4 digits. But if you see the suggested, let me just go to the, yeah. So if you see the suggested, IC has taken 3 digits and therefore the answer is different. 15 lakh 90 and 19 lakh 10. And my answer is 15 lakh 88 and equity part is 9 lakh 11,250. Still ICI gave me 2.5 marks in this. So I will let you know where my marks got deducted. But for this calculation, ICI did not cut off my marks. So though no marks were cutted off for round off. So in FR, you do not have to care about rounding off issue. And it is recommended that you take 4 digits because ICI might give another suggested answer and you might get lower marks. So in this question, yeah, the confusing part is here. They told give the journal entries under option 2. So there is no mention of the period, whether I have to give for the entire 4-year period or only give the initial entries. So I just wrote the initial entry part and I did not give the 4-year journal entries. So ICI deducted my marks there. So there is no mention whether to write till the end. So the learning is that you have, if there is confusion that you have to write 4-year journal entries or just the initial entries, write the entire thing, the entire answer. So as you can see, they have written 4-year journal entries here. So that is why they deducted my marks. Okay. So in the third option, I actually made a mistake that I gave a vague answer. So there is no clarity in this answer. And I was also not sure what I have to write. So I just wrote whatever I felt right. And so the ICI gave only 0.5 marks. Okay. So next, moving on to the next question. Yeah. So this is 2B and I received 3 out of 4 marks. So this question, if you can see, this is also a bookish question. This is from chapter 1, I think so. Yeah. So this is chapter 1 question and I received 3 marks. Out of 4 marks. It was a theory question and definitely examiner's judgment was involved. So he gave only 3 marks out of 4 marks. Now coming to Now coming to question number 4a, let's just move on. So this is question number 4a. It is a 6 marks question, and I only received 3 marks in this 3 marks in this question. I will just go down to the learnings so that you understand it. So I received only 3 marks, as you can see here. So there were two issues that I found it. First of all, I did not calculate the impairment and forgot the correct. So the question was, so the accountant did some mistake, and instead of keeping the asset as PPE, he actually wrote held for sale in the balance sheet. You have to rectify the mistake. So this was the question. So first of all, I rectified the mistake. As you can see here, this part is correct, right? So ICI gave me marks here, but the calculation part where I actually got the mark. So this is the carrying amount, right? And when it comes to so this part was wrong. In this case, I have to compare the carrying amount with the recoverable amount, which was 5 lakh, and 1 lakh should be the impairment. So here the answer should have come as 5 lakh. So I think so 1 mark is deducted here, and and in this case the entry for impairment of 1 lakh is missing, so 1 mark is deducted here. I think so 2 marks are deducted here. So this was the issue. So the learning from this question is that whenever you are answering any question, think of everything which can get impacted, whether impairment chapter will come, or whether the held for sale chapter will come, whether 105 index has to be applied, 36 has to be applied, or whatever concept can come in that particular question, think of that and then answer. So this is the two learnings. So now coming to question number 4b, I received 3 marks and the question was for 8 marks. So as you can understand it, I lost 5 marks in this question, and the very quick lesson is that my explanations were very short. What do I mean by short is that the impact was not clear. So I gave only the income related impact or the expense related impact. But what about the liability and the asset related impact? So think of everything which can get impacted by one amount. So one amount can impact your expense account as well as liability account. One amount can impact your income account as well as your asset account, and also bifurcate it. So if you read the suggested answer, you will understand there were bifurcation of what should be the current asset part, what should be the current liability part, what should be the non-current part, and what should be the non-current asset part. So this was the bifurcation, and this was the way ICI gave the suggested answer, and that is why they gave me only 3 marks out of 8 marks. Okay. So in my question number 2 and in my question number 4, which were I thought my best questions, I actually did not get much marks. And as you can see, this was my first paper. So from the solution, you can understand that there were nerves, and which is why I was not able to get full marks in this question. I actually missed many provisions. So in question number 4, I missed impairment. In question number 4b, I missed the impact as well, the asset liability impact. In question number 2 and 2b also, I missed many entries. So these were the nerves. So you can understand it, and you will definitely feel it when you give your first exam. Be very calm, because your first and second question will impact your marks. So I will just say, be calm, don't panic, be focused, and you will definitely clear your FR. So now coming to 6b. So in 6b, I received 4 marks out of 5 marks, and the marks which was deducted was here. So same in my question number 4b, I did not give the impact of one account, and in this answer as well, I only gave the impact for provision. So the liability account I mentioned, but for the expense I did not mention anything. So what will be the impact in the expense account? I did not mention that, and that is why the marks was deducted here. Still 4 out of 5 is a good marks, but I could have improved it and made it 5 out of 5 by just mentioning the second impact. So same learning from question number 4b to question number 6b as well, that think of each and every impact of that same amount. Now coming to question number 6c, I will just show you a very good thing. So in this answer, as you can see, the evaluator had ticked off wrong, right? But he gave me full 4 out of 4 marks. So this question was 4 out of 4. So I received entire marks. The reason is that my method of solution and the suggested answer did not match, but the ultimate answer did match, right? So this was the ultimate answer, and I will just show you the answer as well. So as you can see here, the answer is the same. So a very big learning And most of you are stressed that if my answer does not match with the suggested answer, ICI will not give me marks. In case of FR and AFM, I am definitely sure that if your numbers are matching, ICI will give you marks. So this is the learning, that you have to write your own steps, whatever faculty has taught you, whatever books are you referring, and if it is not matching with the suggested answer, do not care, because if your numbers are matching, ICI will definitely give you marks. So this is a very big learning for you guys who are going to give their exams in May 26. Now coming to question number 6A. So I will not give you any explanation about this question, because this question I wrote in the last 5 minutes. I did not know anything. I just wrote whatever I felt was right. Still I got half marks. So I would just suggest that if you do not know anything about a particular question, if it is a practical one, I will tell you to write it. I will show you the impact which it had in my paper. But in case of theory answer, I will just say that write whatever you think is correct and just tick mark, just underline the keywords if you have time. If you do not have, then skip it. So I just wrote the learnings that do not skip. If you know something about, you still get half marks. And I think so if half marks can make you a successful CA, then I think so you should try. So now coming to the next question, and this question is question number 1, the very lengthy question which everyone thinks of, but it was a game changer for me, because in this question I received 12 out of 14 marks, and I can tell you where my mistake was. Just that here one entry should come as intangible assets, and one amount I missed here. I think so this was 1 marks here was deducted, and the same notes to account 1 marks was deducted there. And as you can see, I have written everything. I have used short forms as well. I will show you where I use short forms as well. So if you do not have time, I still had time because I chose question number 1 and still one question is pending of mine. So I started question number 1 around 1 hour before. So I had time. So I actually wrote everything in full form, and there are no linings. So you do not have to make lines and all. Just make sure that you write the amount, notes and particular. So your structure should be good enough, but there is no need to make any lines. You would have seen that I have not made any lines in any question. So yeah, so one thing also, people are stressed that if I make many mistakes, ICI will not give me marks, my paper presentation will not be good, I will not get marks. So as you can see, I have made 1 2 3 4 5 one line, I have made 5 cuts, but still ICI has given me the full marks. So they do not care about how many cuts you make. Just make sure that you just cut it once. Don't make it like this. Don't make it dirty. Yeah, so as you can see, my handwriting also, they do not care about the boxes and all. Just write the note 1. And mind here as well, if you are studying now, you will always start with notes to accounts, right? And then start with note 1, right? But in my exam, I forgot about notes to accounts. After I realized, after completing all the working notes, I realized I have to write notes to accounts as well. So that was a big blunder, but eventually I realized it and I did write it. So as you can see here, I will show you where I got the most marks. I have just written, yeah. So I just wanted to show you where I've written. So NCI, I have written short form everywhere. In this working note, I have written everywhere NCI, but still ICI has not deducted marks. Here I have just gave the allocation for my better understanding. There was no marks for it. Here, as you can see, it is an NCI related working note only, but I did not write the full form and ICI did not cut my marks. Here, as you can see here, adjustment for BP. You do not have to write adjustment for property, plant and equipment. It is not necessary, right? Working notes you can, here as you can see here as well, NCI. So short forms are allowed if you do not have time. In working notes, it is definitely allowed, but in the main answer, if you still have time, make sure that you write the entire full form. But if your time is less, then you can use short form. So yeah, so learning, major marks that you will get in consolidation question, and if you are lucky, you will still get consolidation question, because in the past 2 years, the pattern is about consolidation, but maybe in May 26, you get business combination. So in this question, the major marks was related to goodwill calculation. It was around 3.5 marks, NCI calculation 2 marks, and equity calculation 2.5 marks. So if you see, 8 marks out of 14 was related only to 3 notes. Then even if you don't know anything, it is a very big question, unique question, and you have not seen it, not practiced it, do not worry, okay? Because I was given at least 4 to 5 marks out of the remaining ones, and I only copy pasted those accounts where there was no impact. So just make the structure and fill in the amount where there is no impact. You will still get 4 out of 5 marks. 4 to 5 marks you will definitely get. So as you can see, I actually skipped the entire paper, 3 pages of that paper, and here I wrote the notes to accounts. So yeah, so I received half marks here, and 1 marks is deducted from here because of that intangible. And above you saw that I received 2.5 marks. So 3 marks I received just by inputting the amounts. So that is the way you have to write. And now the very, very important question and very big learning for you guys, that this was my last question. And you all know, if you are writing your last question, that means you do not know anything about it, first of all, or if you know anything, you are not sure whether it is correct or incorrect. So this is question number 3B. As you can see, I received 6 out of 6 marks. It was a 6 marks question. I received 6 out of 6. So why did I choose question number 3 at the end? Because both the questions were new. First of all, this question was a new framed question, but the concept was similar from the question bank which I practiced from Bhavik Chukshi sir. So the concept was same, but the framing was different and there were many different words. So what I did, I remembered the concept and I solved in the same manner, in the way the answer is there in the question bank. I did not use any funky language or did not use any funky structure. So as you can see, this is the way I actually learned from Bhavik sir's books, and this is the way I made the solution. And I got 6 out of 6 marks. First of all, as you can see, you have to just write the narration, and there is no need for full form in narration. If you do not have time, skip it. Don't waste time in narration. And here, as you can see, change in OCI I have written, not other comprehensive income, P&L. In the last 5 minutes, if you do not have time, don't worry about whether my marks will be deducted for short form. Make sure your numbers are correct. If your numbers are correct, you will get the marks. Secondly, even if it is a new frame question, but the concept is in your mind, try it, because definitely you will be able to solve it and you will get full out of full marks. Okay, so this is your learning, that believe in your preparation. And now coming to the last question number 3. This was a very new question. I did not understand anything. I just wrote it just to get step-wise marking. So it was an 8-marker question, and what did I get? I got 7 marks. So I'm not boasting about my answer, but I did not think that I will get 7 marks out of 8 marks. When I analyzed, I thought I will get 3 out of 4 marks because of the first part of this question. So as you can see, this part, the 1 marks that is deducted, I also know where I made the mistake. And here, this part, this was a new part. I will just show you so that you understand. Yeah, question number 3. Yeah, no, sorry, 3. Yeah. So the cost of the new machine, I think so many would have tried and many would have got at least 3 marks. But the profit and loss on the buyback arrangement. So it was a buyback. It was a very tricky question. As you can see, there is an MRP, there is something of buybacks, there is a special discount, a cash payment. I started the solution when I had only 5 minutes. I had only 5 minutes to write the answer, and I thought, let me just break down the entire question. So MRP is not related to me. I have to write the cost of the machine. So MRP is my basic cost, the purchase price. Then this is the payment. So it is not related to that. This is from for the machine. So this will be added. This was correct. This was correct. But the mistake was I did not write the journal entry here. So I missed to write the journal entry. And yeah, I can understand it. It was just 5 minutes remaining. So yeah, so this was the question paper. And yeah, so I broke down each and every part of the question. And genuinely, when I was evaluating this part, I got confused whether to add it or not. And just for a safer side, I added the point. But it was my luck that it was my right decision at that time. But sometimes luck might not favor you. But still, go with your gut and you will definitely get good marks. And this was the part that was tricky because I had to identify profit and loss. So as you can see my answer, what I did, I made the basic thing. I made the supplier ledger and I identified the profit. You do not have to get very confused when it is a new question. Focus on what you know. How? So accounts is basics, debit and credit. Just make sure that you know what is getting debited, what is getting credited, and then you will definitely able to crack that answer. This was a very good learning, and this is a I also got very happy when I saw I got 7 out of 8 marks. So I wrote this in the last 5 minutes. It is a very new question. Even for May 26, you have to refer this question as well because it is a very different concept. And This is a very big learning, that do not get feared of the new question. And I know most of you are feared that what if there are new questions. I will tell you, only one question or two questions will be there which are new, which are very differently framed. That is the only thing that ICA will do in FR. Either they will frame it differently so that you get panic, or they will give some new adjustment. But think of it that it is an FR paper, accounts paper, and the basics of accounts are debit and credit. If you make sure that what is debited, what is credited, what can happen, then you will definitely solve this. So just wanted to show you that even if you know that these are your best questions, still you will not get marks. So this is my first question. Out of 14 marks, I got only half marks, 7 marks, 6.5 marks. This was my second question. Question number 4, I wrote the second part. So I received 6 out of 14. So as you can see, out of 28, I only received 12 marks in the best two questions that I knew. Then coming to question number 6. Sixth question, I received only 8.5 marks. So the top 3 best questions that you are actually writing, so that you get more marks in that, I received less marks from that. And the last 2 questions, first, question 1 is compulsory and it is a very big question, tedious one, but still I got 12 out of 14. And the last question that I attempted, I received 13 out of 14. So as you can see, even if you don't know, write it, just break down the answer, just break down the question and think what can be debited, what can be credited, what does the question ask. And if you structure it in a way, you will definitely get good marks. Don't panic. My nerves were the reason that I got bad marks in question number 2 and question number 4. If I would have been very calm and understood and wrote everything, maybe I would have gotten 80 or 85 marks in this FR paper. And it was very clear that I should have gotten more marks. But it was my mistake and my nerves got me these marks. But still I am happy, 70 marks. And because my last question, I received 13 out of 14 marks, which was not expected. So yeah, this was the video. I am making this video after coming from my office, so I am very tired. But still, I have written down each and every learning in each and every question. And if you have watched the entire video, you would have understand that it is not the matter of what you study, but if you are very calm, you will definitely be able to crack it. It was not a tough paper, 70 out of 100. If you see this solution paper, you will think you might have gotten 80, right? Even I am thinking that I should have gotten 80. The only difference that the 10 marks were lost was because of my calmness. I panicked, or it was my nerves, because it is a first paper, and yeah, nerves hit me, and I wanted to make sure that I write everything very slowly and clearly, but it does not matter. If you write whatever is necessary and whatever is required from the question, then you will definitely get full marks. Okay, so that's it from this video. I will definitely try to complete all the analysis of each and every RTI of mine by 20th of March, and so all my videos of RTI will be posted by 25, so that you get each and every learning that you need to write the paper, and you follow this during your mocks as well, so that your preparation gets very strong. So I hope you are studying well, and make sure that you give your 100%, and do not panic. Start learning to meditate, as I have told you in the previous videos as well. Make sure that you learn to stay in the present, because that will increase your marks and your chances of success in this CA final exam. So thank you so much for watching this video till the end, and I will see you in the next video. Till then, take care and bye bye.